Things don't happen all the time. You know, I was thinking to myself as I walked around there, when I was a younger, skinnier man, Brother Kerry, I used to like to dance. And as we were going through there, I thought, you know what? I bet if I got some of these young people out there and I got them with a boy or a girl, they'd dance. But I have found there's nothing like dancing before my Lord. I have found that there's no greater joy than getting in the presence of God the Holy Spirit and just going, hey God, this feels pretty good. And the more I opened up, Brother Scott, the more I could feel it. And the more we went, the more I could feel it. And I'll be honest with you, if that song was another 2 or 3 verses, I think we just had to call it a night. Because I'd had the rest of the night spent with the Lord. Amen. I'm going to spend it with him anyways. Brother Richard, would you come at this time and bless us, brother? I'm letting him start us off. Brother Richard from the Free Will Baptist. I know I've probably said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Besides myself, there's nobody worked harder on this building or put in more hours on our church than Brother Richard. And I appreciate Brother Richard. You can't imagine how he's more than a fellow pastor. He's actually my brother. And he means a lot to me, and I appreciate him coming tonight. And I couldn't think of a better person to spend my new year.
Kenny doesn't know it, but my brother, you know, I had a younger brother that was named Kenneth, and he took his life. And Kenny's been like a younger brother to me. That he's been a replacement that the Lord's put in my life, so he's dear. But New Year's, how many's got New Year's resolutions? Anybody made any or thought any up?
Only to serve the Lord better. Only to grow closer to Him. That was my New Year's last year, and that's the only one I could strive for.
That's the one that counts, isn't it? Closer to our Lord. But how many eat too much during Thanksgiving and Christmas? You know, what's usually a resolution? We're going to lose weight, aren't we? And how long does that last? Do we get out of January sometime? But we make plans for the New Year's. How many's got plans for this coming year, 2018? You got any big plans? Got dreams? to live. You know, when we get older, when we get gray-headed, we made plans that didn't work out like we planned. We've done that, done. Sometimes our plans haven't come out quite right. Sometimes our plans have, what we used to call them, backfired on us.
It's upsetting.
We've got bumps and bruises from them. And I have to pull glasses up so I can read. But you know, our plans, we have them. You know, we look back in the past, we got 20/20 vision, look behind us, don't we? We say we don't want to make those mistakes that we made. Anybody made mistakes this year in 2017?
Yes, sir.
Any of you wish that you could take back some of the mistakes?
Yes, sir.
That's because we plan things with our human mind, don't we? But you know, there's someone's got better plans for us.
Amen.
Miss Felicia, can you get Jeremiah 29:11? I'm not used to this. Now, is this NIV or?
King James?
Yeah, that's what we.
Oh, is it NIV?
It reads better out of it.
Okay.
But what if how about the creator of all creation? What about his plans?
Amen.
Is his plans right?
Every time.
Every time, aren't they? Let's read this. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Yeah. How about that, though? Creator of all the world. He knows what was happening from the time he made creation. That we was going to be here tonight. That what was going to be in your life was going to be here in your life. You trust his plans. Do you? You know, he knew who was going to have a relationship with him. You know, it's much more than just, you know, I call it because I've worked with the youth forever. You know, sometimes we come to the altar and we try to get that get out of hell card. And then we go right back into our life like we've never met him. We don't have that day-to-day relationship. But he desires that day-to-day. To spend time with him. You know, he set up the world that way. He put Adam and Eve in the garden so he could have a relationship. He had big plans for them. And over a little, and we call it an apple, but it was a fruit of a tree. They threw it away. And he warned them ahead of time. You know, you eat of that fruit, you surely die. He had better plans. And it took all the time till Jesus came through. Get it right. He knew when he put him in the garden, he was going to have to send his son to die in our place. He was going to have to take the sins of the world upon himself. But he had plans. His plans so much bigger than ours. But he had plans for our lives. But, you know, he called me to preach 3 years before I surrendered. And I call it, for lack of any better word, I argued with him. You know, he called me. And I couldn't, I'd give him every excuse. I used to be in the sound booth, hid. You know, I was back row Baptist. I wanted to stay back there and just hid. You know, Lord, I'll do anything. You know, plunge the toilets or whatever needs to be done, but keep me in the back. But he wouldn't leave me alone. But I've worked with the teens since 2005. And he kept calling on me. And finally, he broke me in church camp. We brought 3 teens with us. And 2 of them got saved that week. We was really praying for the last one. And our last day, you know, and he was, you know, praying to him so hard. And it's like in back, you know, it works on your heart. He said, how can you ask these young people to surrender when you won't surrender to me? He broke me. You know, this is cry. And got my wife after that was morning service. After we went back to the dorms and got her little church van that we've got. Went out behind the dorms. I told her I'm tired of running. I can't get. You know, he's pursued me. He's broke me. I said I have no choice. I've got to surrender. And surrender to the Lord. And one of our, you know, it was a district camp. We didn't have a pastor at that time. went to one of our McAllister pastors. I said, you know, I surrendered. I said, what'd I do? I said, Lord, you know, called me to be like a youth pastor. He said, ain't that what you're doing anyway? Because I've been with the youth forever. He said, just continue on. Just do what the Lord puts on you and go on. He grew me up from youth, you know, being a youth leader up through. And finally, they called me to pastor the church. But he had so much bigger plans. You know, I thought I'd met my plan. I was a welder for roughly 26 years. You know, I'd achieved my goal, but God had bigger plans. Something that would reach out for him. But you know what it takes to get in his plan? It's when we surrender our hearts to him. When we surrender to his plans. We say, whatever it is, Lord. And he's still got to remind me every once in a while. I disagree. Like you disagree with him, you know, and you'll kind of, you know, you're working. How do we have to do, or you know, or how we? You say, I thought you surrendered. And all you do is bow your head and say, yes, Lord. He has to remind me. Brother Kenny, ever got to remind you?
All the time.
You know, I thought you surrendered. But you know, as we go into 2018, you know, we've got to hold, this is still 2017, but what about in the morning? Or what about right now? Would you surrender your heart to him? Do you trust his plan? You know, he's got plans much higher than what we can dream. You know, young men, you know, you got dreams of basketball. We may go into, some even want to go into the professional. God's got plans that will make that, you know, look mighty small. But he can use you even if you go into professional ball. Amen. You can still be a witness for him. Yes, amen. These little ones, it doesn't matter what age, they can be a witness for him. All us in between, us gray-headed old folks, to the youngest, we can still be a witness for him. And that's what this life, that's what he wants out of us. Give him the glory. Praise his Son. I just challenge you, just spend time with the Lord this year. Ask him into your heart and surrender your heart to him, your life to him. Because he's got plans.
Amen. Thank you.